Hey everybody, hope everybody's doing good, staying blessed and feeling well. I am back, and so today I'm coming to you guys with a video that is dedicated to all of those people out there who suffer from touching other people's hair without permission. I'm starting to think that this is a real disorder, it is a disease, it is a problem that some people actually suffer from. They just, for whatever reason, think that they have the right to just walk up to a person, a complete stranger, and touch their hair. I'm not sure exactly what causes this. I've been coming to this point this conclusion that perhaps there is this compulsion or this obsessive compulsive disorder inside of them when it comes to when they see someone who has hair that is interesting to them or different, it overrides their common sense center. They then decide that for whatever reason they have the right at that point to reach out and touch hair that does not belong to them. It belongs to a stranger. It belongs to a person that they do not even know the name of. And yet and still, they feel compelled. They feel this sense, this overwhelming compulsion to just walk up to this person and do this. And there are different types and levels of offenders with this because there are some people who they're very bold about it. They'll walk right into your face and touch you from the front. And then there are the other ones that are kind of sneaky about it and they'll walk up behind you and grab the tips of your hair. And and once you acknowledge and they can see that they've done something as such, there are different responses to this. There are some people who act as though they have the right to touch you and your hair, whether they know you or not, without your permission. And they will have a smile on their face and act as if they have not done anything wrong by touching you without asking. And then there's the other people who will say, can I touch it? Can I touch your hair? And before they even have completed the statement, they have already reached out as if to grab or have already grabbed your hair. And they have this sense of innocence sometimes, and yet there are other times that they have this sense of entitlement as if they have the right to touch your hair. And I'm making this video because maybe someone out there who is guilty of this will see that you are touching a person without permission. The hair that is attached to that person's body belongs to them, not you. So you need to ask permission before you lay hands on that person's body or their hair, because both of those things belong to that person and not you. So I don't know. Maybe if you still don't understand after this point, you need to go form yourself a Hair Touches Anonymous association group and get all together and then work that out amongst yourselves. Why it is that y'all need to make some rights that you have the right to touch somebody else's hair, and then get back to me and tell me why you have the right to touch my hair. And obviously, even if you do all of that, I still will be that person standing there with a little sign saying, you don't have the right to touch my hair without permission. And even then, please don't get offended if I tell you I don't want you touching my hair. One, I don't know you. Two, I don't know where your hands have been. Three, there really are some people who are hateful and will put things in their hands and touch other people's hair. And if you are naive enough to think that people don't do stuff like that, here's your wake up call. There are people who have malice in their heart and are negative and will touch you and try to curse you and whatever else. And that's me going off on another end of it, but it is the truth. There are some people who got some bad juju and bad mojo, and they will want to touch your hair and wish whatever negative on you. And I guess this is going to be a little silly, but as I was growing up, it was in the family, and my mother would tell me, and my grandmother, would tell me, and other people in the family would tell me, don't let everybody be in your hair. Do not let random people touch your hair. Don't let whoever tug and play in your hair. And there's a reason why it is actually a smart thing, if you want to have hair on your head, not to just let any random stranger put their hands in your hair. There's hygiene reasons behind it, and there's also just that whole sense of right and wrong. You don't know that person, you do not own them. Do not put your hands on any part of them without permission. That is a violation. Now, I know there's probably going to be somebody watching this video because they've probably experienced this, and they're probably going to be laughing at me for talking about it. And that is understandable, because I'm sorry, if you've ever been in a situation where somebody touches your hair or touches you without permission, sometimes you need to end up being lighthearted about it, because inside you might be wanting to punch that person in the face for touching you. Because some people actually will tug in your hair. Some people will actually pull your hair. And some people actually really will act as if they have this prerogative, this entitlement to be able to put their hands on you because they can. And that can be a very frustrating, annoying, and even angering situation. And I am not a hostile person. However, when it comes to my personal space, I really do appreciate having my personal space. If I'm not walking up and just touching you, why you have the right to just walk up and touch me? And trust me, if I'm curious about something, I ask permission. I don't ask permission and in the action without even getting a response, touch something. That is just rude. It's not appropriate. It is a violation. Okay? Now, if you still happen to be watching this and you are one of those people who is a hair toucher, a chronic hair toucher, the person who walks up to someone, whether it's a male or a female, and you touch up in their hair without permission, do not be surprised if you run across a person who becomes hostile with you, who decides that they want to give you a piece of their mind, who is angry, who is just completely emotional about it, because 9 times out of 10, you are not the first one to approach them with that type of ignorance. And I'm calling it ignorance because that's what that is. And in some cases, some people don't know no better. Some people really are just curious, and they really are that innocent about it, that once they just do it and they don't realize that they've done it. And I have more respect for a person who's apologetic for doing something like that than that individual who acts like they have the right to just walk up to you and touch you. Anyway, you guys, I probably rambled on more than enough about this, but word to the wise out there, do not touch someone's hair without their permission, and do not ask and touch their hair without them answering you, because that is just as bad as touching them without permission. So hope everybody's doing good, staying blessed, and feeling well. And feel free to share your hair touch stories, or if you've had someone walk up to you and touch your hair, or if you had something like that happen to you, let me know what your story is about it. Anyway, hope everybody's doing good, staying blessed, and feeling well. See you guys next time. Bye.